The Legacy of John Dewey, a presentation brought to you by Nicole Inch, Jack Seymour, Pete Flint, Tanner Scorpa, and Chase Olson. Personal background. On October 20th, 1859, in Burlington, Vermont, John Dewey was born. As a man who dedicated his life to both education and philosophy, he is viewed as the founding father of the movement known as pragmatism. He spent 46 years between 1884 and 1930 teaching in universities, all while in 1884 starting an experimental elementary school and in 1919 co-founding the New School for Social Research. Education. During his early years of schooling, Dewey attended Burlington Public Schools, where as a student he excelled. At the age of 15, he began his education at the University of Vermont, where he enjoyed studying philosophy. 4 years later, in 1879, at the age of 19, he graduated second in his class from his school. Following a short break from teaching, Dewey pursued his doctorate in philosophy and psychology at Johns Hopkins University. During his life, he went on to serve as a philosopher, an academic, and a teacher. Roots of his philosophy. John Dewey was one of the major leaders in pushing the American school of thought known as pragmatism, a view in which the idea of dualistic epistemology, the idea of thought and being, and metaphysics of modern philosophy, the idea of the relationships between inanimate objects, are rejected, and a more naturalistic approach is favored above all. Description of the philosophy. Dewey developed a philosophy that requires the unity of theory with practice. With his intellectual and political activity, he gave his example in this unity. His idea was based in the moral ethics that democracy is freedom, and dedicated his life creation of convincing philosophical argument and a follower of an activity that will provide its practical achievement. Impact of the philosophy. Dewey stated that thought was engendered by a student's environment. The philosophy incorporated more of quote-unquote doing in the classroom rather than learning behind a desk. It is one thing to be fed information within a classroom, but it is a whole nother style of learning by doing. This led to more activities that led students to discuss more about what they are learning in the classroom, because they can actually see what they're learning in action. This eventually led to the creation of Career and Technical Education, better known as CTE. Application of philosophy to career and technical education. Dewey believed that thought was developed through interaction with one's environment. He discussed the idea of hands-on learning with agriculture, as he believed that such helps students better understand what they are learning. This ties into CTE, since students taking these courses are not only given the opportunity to learn these skills, but to master them through hands-on experiences, such as in labs or workshops.